hardware on the rise. You don't want no problem with these guys. Yeah, there's a hardware war showing up this year. Y'all didn't know, but I did. And finally, my VR will have the support that I've been asking for. And why the hell are these mustard hearts back at it again? Come on. You guys, man, it's just something terrible. It's a sickness now. It's a sickness with you mustard hearts. Absolutely terrible. But let's get into these topics. Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And I am super enthusiastic about everything that's going on right now, especially in the world of video games. The world of video games is moving at such a rapid pace between all the publishers and manufacturers. This stuff it's at its peak. I think we are in our golden age when it comes to what we're able to bring forth to the public and what the developers are visualizing for the future, right? So, on the manufacturing side, you see crazy things happening with AI. We're going to get into that later. But allow me to welcome you back here. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you see something that you like here, that'd be welcome. But hit that notification button. So I do videos weekly, well, daily. And Friday I do a whatchamacallit show, a live show that's calling. But something I didn't think that was going to happen, that happened. And it shows you that the wall garden is breaking. And a lot of, the pork begging ponies, a lot of these guys said that this stuff will never happen. A lot of these guys thought that they were enough. Now, I was one of the people that fell victim to buying the PlayStation VR 2. And I happen to like the device, even though I have a little things that I don't like about it. I think compared to the other devices that I do have, which is the Oculus Pro and the Oculus 2, I thought that it was a little bit cheaply made. But the tech inside is great, right? So now when I have it, I'm thinking, where's the games at? Where's the super support? And I guess Sony up top must have thought the same thing. A lot of resources wasn't given to the device, and I didn't want the device to die. And a lot of the PC guys were saying, yo, it should have been opened up to the PC crowd, and they was working on workarounds to do that. So I had hope there, but I didn't want something that wasn't official. I wanted something that was official. Well, word has come down that Sony is working on this year their official rollout for the PlayStation VR 2 to work on your PC in conjunction with it. And that is a welcome sight. That is showing me that PlayStation is moving further into being full third party. Right now, you don't need a PlayStation to use the headset. You could just use the headset on your PC. That's a big step for Sony, because the biggest drawing point for the PlayStation VR 2 was to get the consumer to purchase a PlayStation 5 in order to use the VR 2. That is not the case anymore, and it's just a step in the right direction. Now those VR enthusiasts get a chance, the VR enthusiasts like myself, get a chance to pick and choose which devices we can get to use. And that will also open up more PlayStation VR experiences on the PC. So who's to say that this doesn't welcome more people to purchase that device? I hope so. I hope it's a sign of the future. And it is. PlayStation is taking baby steps. You saw what I did right there, right? Into going into the future where everyone else is. And I appreciate the effort, especially when you get a device that costs as much as the PlayStation 5 itself, and for it to not to be able to be used anywhere, any way you want it. I got to give huge big ups to Hiroki Totoki and the team over at Sony for tearing down these walls, these imaginary barriers, and embracing full third party. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it, and I can't wait to use my PlayStation 2 VR on my PC so I can get the games that I want to play. Thank you, Sony. You have done a great job. Now, I know you're saying, King, what the hell is going on here? Okay, so Lord Cognito has donated a statue to Xbox Frontline, and I'm going to give away the statue. We're close to 7,000 subs. We get to 10,000 subs. This 1/4 statue, The Honey Trap by Gentle Giant. Her name is Whisper. She's up for y'all. She's up for grabs. We're going to spin the dial on the members, and we're going to get this statue to you. I'm going to ship it, put it in a big box, wrap it up, ship this out to you. But The Honey Trap by Gentle Giant, codename Whisper, is going to the 10,000th person, and this is going to be fun. So y'all can thank Lord Cognito for sharing that with us. And I appreciate him so much. You know, support of your brothers is something that is necessary in this life and in this world. But we're going to get into the war. Now, before I get to that, did y'all see exactly what Microsoft did? You thought you were slick. So on the day that they dropped the news and where all the games was going, all the 4 games, the stimulus package that we were sending over to Sony and to Switch, they put Dead Island 2 inside Game Pass. And that's a smart move, right? You say, yo, man, let me look out for my people. Let my people get the goods. All right? Dead Island 2, dope game. Now, me, I'm a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber. I didn't know anything. Just put it in, played it. My boy is a Game Pass Core subscriber. Yeah. I'm like, yo, Dead Island's in there. Go get that. No, it ain't. Dead Island is in there. I'm playing it right now. What are you talking about? I took a picture. Send it to him. Yo, I don't got that. Come to find out, Dead Island 2 is only for Ultimate subscribers. Which leads me to believe, we had a theory before that they was going to put first party games in Ultimate only, right? For a little while. And then, you know, Core get it probably like 6 months later, 3 to 6 months later. Was this a test? Let me know if they've done this before. I don't know, because I've always had Ultimate. Right? From whatever the highest price thing was, I've always had it, and I've always had it on my PC. I was always able to game anywhere I wanted. Let me know. Okay. We have a war brewing. Back to our regularly scheduled program. We have a war brewing. Now, I heard about the Xbox refresh, the all digital Series X. And, you know, I heard about the stuff that's supposed to go along with it, digital John, little tweaks to CPU, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's supposed to be like 2 terabit. It's all digital, should be 2 terabit. And that you would be able to get a standalone disk drive if you wanted to, you know, have physical to go with it. Sort of like how the PlayStation is doing their digital joint, and you could buy the separate SKU, the separate piece, and the separate SKU. So I was just like, wow, I this is what I need, because I have another room upstairs, and I'm like, this is what I need. And I said, maybe I can get rid of one of my S's, or give one of my S's to one of the, the grandkids or whatever. Then, excuse me, I'm gonna have to cut that out. Whew. Then, Sony with their Pro. The PlayStation 5 Pro, they've been giving out all the specs and everything to the developers. And I heard a rumor, the big thing on it is the AI chip that's on it. Now, what do you want this year? I heard that's supposed to come out September. From what I'm hearing, this digital Xbox is supposed to be coming out in the next couple of months. I'm thinking a June show. That's not traditionally when you drop hardware. So what software would you have to go along with that? I don't know. I don't know the plans. But what would make that compelling? Now, I was thinking they was going to drop it when Call of Duty came out, and then you could bundle it with Call of Duty in a box and make it the Call of Duty package. Boom, boom, boom. Game Pass, and, make a big thing out of it. Now I'm just dumbfounded. I actually do not know what game that they would pair in the box with this thing to sell, or how they would market it. PlayStation 5 Pro is in the same position. Yeah, okay. The machine that can do 4K, 120, blah, 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 with the AI upscaling. And what game are they going to put with it? They already came out and said that they don't have any first-party titles this year. So, what's the remakes? It's none. So what are they going to put in the box with the PlayStation 5 Pro? And I'm sitting here in this conundrum because you have this brewing war, and now it's strategy time. Now, I know I'm going to pick up both, but I want to know about the consumer. I want to know about the consumer that doesn't have the disposable income to get both, that has to choose one. Is it, because I have my PlayStation 5 right there, and I like the skin and stuff that I put on it. I'm not getting rid of that. I like it. So I just will have to buy another one, and that'll go upstairs. And then my Series X, I like how my Series X is. So I have an S that can go and replace that, because I definitely want the new Xbox hardware. So, and all digital, fine, right upstairs. That works for me. But does that work for the average consumer? These are the questions that I have, and I know, just let me know what you're going to do in the comments. I know I have a lot of Xbox supporters, but if y'all look at my comments, there's a crap ton of PlayStation port begging ponies down in them chats. They're helping pushing along the stuff too. Now, I don't think they're giving any likes, and I don't think they're sharing it out. I think they just here to talk crap. But what I am saying is, what are y'all going to do? Are you going to get rid of your PlayStation 5 to get the Pro? If it's not a huge leap, if it's just a minor bump. I mean, I think they should have 2 terabits as well. So, but what I heard is going to be all digital, and that you're able to use the disk drive from the regular PlayStation 5, the slim one that they put out right now, on it. So that means the form factor is supposed to fit, how they're going to work it. It's a lot of moving parts to this. And as the months go on, the stuff gets substantiated, and we get a clearer picture about the battle going forward. I can't wait for this year. Everybody thought, because Switch 2 wasn't coming out, that we was going to have a dry year when it comes to hardware. Xbox and PlayStation said, hold my beer. They're going straight for it. Last topic is you mustard hearts, and we're going to get into it. All right, last and final topic, and this topic is kind of crazy because I kind of identified exactly what irritates the dog crap out of me about these mustard-hearted dudes. You see, I grew up in a single-family household, right? And I grew up in the projects of like 10,000 people. And you got to say at least 3,000, well, 10,000 people, you got to say at least half of that is youth, right? And I was the oldest, you know, I am the oldest. I was the only child for a while, for like 7 years. And then, you know, my sister came, but I'm the oldest. I'm the boy, and then there's a girl. Every day, literally, for as long as I can remember, had to fight, snap, you know, navigate here and there. I didn't have any time to complain. That weakness inside of me was killed off a long time ago. I killed that weakness of complaining and bitching and moaning and stuff like that. My thing was always action. Action. Right? Somebody makes a move, action. If there's something where you can act on, you do so. And not saying that everybody's circumstance is my circumstance. Everybody's circumstance has a different circumstance. But I understand what irritates me the most. Because the mustard hearts, to me, look like all they do is whine and complain. And this is mainly Twitter spare stuff. Because I've also found out there's a component to this. Now, as a consumer, if you see something that a big company does that you don't like, good, voice your opinion. I believe Twitter is exposed everybody's rectum, right? Everybody got one, but we don't need to hear about it, right? We don't need to hear when you fart or you defecate, but apparently this is exactly what's going on. So apparently everybody with an opinion puts their opinion out and boom, it's cool. But then there's a segment of the content community that stokes fear. And I found they called it not fear mongering, but fear farming. And they farm the fear, and in turn they get clicks and likes and stuff like that. And then, you know, I learned that aspect of it, and I looked at it and I was like, man, that's highly despicable that you would purposely put out something to invoke a level of emotion from a certain segment of the fan base in order to push a narrative to stoke fear. Then you have the people that complain just to complain. Those are the mustard hearts. Have no intention of leaving, have no intention of walking away, but just want to make as much noise as they possibly can, just for the sake of doing so, with no true intention. It's like that guy that complains that his girl is cheating and he knows that she's going to go cheat all the time, but he still sticks with her, and you're just like, would you just shut up already about it? I don't know why the timeline is always filled with these mustard hearts. I personally felt that if something egregious happened, that where I can no longer rock with Microsoft, I would just get up and go. You see, somebody told me, well, King, a lot of these guys have tied their personality to the Xbox brand. And I'm like, duh. My whole name is Xbox Frontline News. And the reason why is that is because I like the game on Xbox. I like Game Pass. And if anybody saw the mortality in what they're doing, then they're not doing it for the love. And the reason why I can say this is because I watch this channel, and every time he drops videos, it's like Sega Shinobi or Sega something. And I try to watch his videos every time it pops up. But this guy does videos about Sega. Old school Sega. Sega's been out of the game as far as a console manufacturer, and they're having a renaissance now. So I just say this to say, and I learned it very young, because my grandmother used to pray with me, rest her soul. And she told me, you know, David, there's going to be times in your life where you're not going to be in control. And you just have to ask God to grant you the serenity of discernment, to accept the things that I can't change and to change the things that I can, and to know the difference between the two. Y'all are completely in control of all of this. If you do not want to game on Xbox, delete your account, and that's it. Delete your Microsoft account, and that's it. Go away. You don't got to make a stink. You don't got to talk about it. Because when you do stuff out in the light on purpose, that's for an attention. That's for attention. When I donate something, when I give somebody some money, when I try to help out somebody, I don't go broadcast it, because I'm not looking for attention. But if you're broadcasting every 5 seconds that you're leaving Xbox and on, this is the last straw, they gave 4 games that you never played or you didn't care about playing, or they're full third party now, I can't stand it, is either one, you were in a console war with somebody and you're losing and you can't take the heat that you was dishing, or 2, you never really gave a damn about Xbox anyway. But I'm Xbox Frontline News, and that's not going to change. I'm going to rock with Xbox till the wheels fall off. I like their games, and maybe I'm in the minority. But also, my grandmother told me, be an individual. Never run with the crowd. Be you. So growing up, I love Turbo Graphics. Growing up, I loved boxing when dudes was playing basketball. Growing up, I loved Adidas when dudes was rocking Jordans. It's just the fact that don't be afraid to be you. Because you're the only you got. And if you're going along to get along with everybody else, when all those people leave you, you're just alone. So if you started your channel just because Xbox was doing this, that, and the third, now you're afraid. Or you're afraid now because all that crap that you was talking to all those port begging ponies. Brother, sister, grow up. Destroy that weakness that's inside of you. Get some strength and own up to the stuff that you've been doing, saying, and being about. But this is Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. This is a lesson that hopefully I passed on to you. But I don't need to do no hold the line speech. Hold the line was for ABK. We got that. That's a done deal. So do what you choose. If you want to cry, I don't care. Don't tag me in it. Because I can't stand a crybaby whining. Somebody whining and never gonna do something. I'm about action, bro. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play me some Dead Island. Because I got Xbox Ultimate Game Pass. Yeah. Sucks if you got caught. That's some wild junk. But we're going to talk about that again later if they do it again. But no, don't worry about it. This is the part in the video when I'm going to tell you to like, follow, and subscribe. And I'm going to throw that logo right over there. And I'm going to tell you, try to play the Game Pass.